Hi, folks. I'm Johnny Gilbert. Tournament of Champions. One player. From the Sony Pictures Studio, this is Jeopardy!
Hi, and welcome to Jeopardy's Tournament of Champions. You know, only the very best players are invited to participate in our tournament. So congratulations to each of you. Let's get started. Here are the categories for the Jeopardy round. World Geography. TV shows by character. Say what? WH. Literature. Name the director. And completing the board, our final category is big words. Player one, what'll it be?
Big size for a shirt or an intestine.
Player one? Definitely.
Adjective for a 90-pound schnauzer or a 220-pound panda.
Player one. You got it.
Brand name of garbage bags marketed by Tenneco.
Player one. That's right.
A 1990 study showed 37.5% of New Orleans adults were 20% overweight, qualifying them as this.
Player one. You're correct.
This adjective for a type of shrimp comes from the name of a famous elephant.
Player one. Yes.
In the Anderson tale, at age 15, she swims to the ocean's surface and views the world above for the first time.
Player one. Definitely.
In this H.G. Wells novel, the first Martian spaceship lands near the town of Woking.
Player one. You got it.
Tom Canty, born in a slum called Offal Court, and Edward Tudor are the title characters in this Twain novel.
Player one. You're correct.
In this Orwell novel, Mr. Charrington, who runs an antique shop, is actually a member of the Thought Police.
Player one. Yes, indeed.
He wrote Brave New World.
Player one. You're correct.
Terminator.
Player one. That's it.
The Abyss.
Player one. You got it.
Piranha 2.
Player one. Exactly.
True Lies.
Player one. Well done, yes. Answer, the Daily Double. Player one, please make your wager.
Lethal Weapon.
Player one. You bet it all, but it paid off. Excellent.
Halt to a Horse.
Player one. You got it.
A Slight Trace of an Odor.
Player one. Well done, yes.
It's also called the Executive Mansion.
Player one. Right you are.
Another name for a tornado.
Player one. That's it.
Kids like to do them with their bikes off the curb.
Player one. Right you are.
Wilma, Barney, Fred.
Player one. Exactly.
Mary Ann, the Professor, Mrs. Howell.
Player one. That's right.
Norm, Cliff, Woody.
Player one. Yes, indeed.
Al, Peggy, Kelly, Bud.
Player one. You're correct.
Master Poe, Master Khan, Kane.
Player one. Yes.
Marseille, this country's main seaport, is on its Mediterranean coast.
Player one. Definitely.
The Casa Rosada, residence of this country's president, stands on the Plaza de Mayo in Buenos Aires.
Player one. Yes, indeed.
Natives of this large, colorful island call it Kalalit Nunat.
Player one. That's right.
The Kuril Islands separate the Sea of Okhotsk from this largest ocean.
Player one. You got it.
And the final answer of the round.
It's the capital of Spain.
Player one. You're correct. That's the end of the Jeopardy round. Let's take a look at the scores.
Big lead. Player one, well done. Player two, you're in last place, but you do get to start things off first in Double Jeopardy. You're still in the thick of it, Player three.
Let's move on to Double Jeopardy. There are 2 daily doubles awaiting you on this board. Let's get started. Let's get to the categories for Double Jeopardy.
Eggs and ham. American history. 70s fads and fashion. Famous Eagle Scouts. Sports and leisure. And our last category, hodgepodge.
Your choice, Player two.
Famous Eagle Scouts for $200.
This Eagle Scout film director depicted Indiana Jones as a Boy Scout in The Last Crusade.
Player one.
You got it. Player one.
This Eagle Scout and former Entertainment Tonight host trained on the piano as a youth.
Player one. That's it.
In 1927, this president seen here became an Eagle Scout of Grand Rapids Boy Scout Troop 15.
Player one.
Well done, yes.
As a youth, this commander of Apollo 13 was interested in scouting and rocketry.
Player three.
Exactly. Player three, what will it be?
Hodgepodge. For 200, please.
The Papuan languages spoken in the area centered on this new island number about 700.
Player one.
Well done, yes. Player one, what'll it be?
It's the U.S. political party associated with the donkey symbol.
Player one.
You're correct.
Answer, the Daily Double.
Player one, please make your wager.
Dublin-born Brenda Fricker won an Oscar for playing Daniel Day-Lewis's mother in this 1989 film.
Player one.
What a gamble. But you're right. Excellent.
From the Japanese for empty hand, this martial art uses no weapons.
Player one. Right you are.
On July 10, 1991, sanctions imposed on this African country were lifted, allowing legal U.S. trade.
Player one.
Definitely.
This Boy Scout and former Secretary of Education published The Moral Compass in 1995.
Player two.
Well done, yes. It's your turn, player two.
Eggs and ham for $200.
An omelet containing ham, green peppers, and onions is named for this American city.
Player one.
You're correct. Your choice, player one.
The ham and cheese version of this egg dish is prepared in much the same manner as the Lorraine.
Player one. Yes, indeed.
The slice of ham in traditional Eggs Benedict can be replaced with this similar pork product.
Player one.
You're correct.
Count on this ham, turkey, and Swiss sandwich that's dipped in beaten egg and fried to a golden brown.
Player one. Yes.
At this chain restaurant, you can order an egg and ham sandwich called Moons Over My Hammy.
Player one.
You got it.
When Thomas Jefferson took office in March 1801, this long river formed the western U.S. boundary.
Player one. Definitely.
In 1890, this GOP senator from Ohio sponsored an antitrust act and the Silver Purchase Act.
Player two.
That's it. Player two.
Sports and leisure for $200.
The IBF, the International Federation for this sport, knows the correct size for shuttlecocks.
Player one.
Right you are. Player one, what'll it be?
For protection, these athletes tape both hands under their 6 to 12-ounce gloves.
Player one.
Well done, yes.
This Ducky hockey team's official colors and logo were unveiled June 7, 1993.
Player one.
That's it.
One of these courses is usually 6,500 to 7,000 yards long and divided into 18 sections.
Player one.
Exactly.
In 1965, this Shirley became the first woman to earn a professional license from the National Hot Rod Association. In 1997, this African UN Secretary General became the first international guest of President Clinton's second term.
Player 3.
Definitely. Okay, player 3.
70s fads and fashion. For 200, please.
Fiery name given the short shorts women were wearing in 1971.
Player 1. Right you are. Player 1, your turn.
In the early 1970s, an earth type of these came into vogue. Later came a chunky type.
Player 2. You got it. Player 2, you choose.
70s fads and fashion. For 600, please, Alex.
In the 70s, people were shelling out big bucks for necklaces made of these Hawaiian shells.
Player 1.
Well done, yes. Player 1.
It was the nightclub disco fad that required a pair of skates.
Player 1. Definitely.
In 1974, Ray Stevens streaked to the top of the pop charts with this fad song.
Player 3.
Yes, indeed. Player 3, what will it be?
American history. For 800.
On September 30th, 1953, President Eisenhower named this California Earl as Chief Justice of the United States.
Player 1.
Yes.
And to wrap up this board, answer, the Daily Double.
Player 1, please make your wager.
Signed February 2nd, 1848, the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo ended the U.S.'s war with this neighbor.
Player 1.
Right you are. That brings us to the end of the Double Jeopardy round. So let's take a quick look at the scores.
Player 1, you've got the lead going into Final Jeopardy. You're still in the thick of it, Player 3. You'll get 'em next round, Player 2.
All right, now it's time for Final Jeopardy. I'll show you the category and give you a few seconds to think about your wager.
Our Final Jeopardy category is chemistry.
Player 2, your wager, please. Player 3, could we have your wager, please? Player 1, please make your wager. Player 2? Player 3?
Term for a polymer formed by acids reacting with alcohols and for a resulting fabric like Dacron.
Player 1.
All right, let's see if anyone came up with the right question.
Player 2, your question. That's it. Right, well done. And your wager was? Player 3, your question. Sorry, that's wrong. How much did it cost you? Player 1, your question. That's right. And your wager was?
And that's all for the Tournament of Champions game. Let's see how everyone did. Congratulations to our winner, Player 1. Thanks for playing Jeopardy. Hope you had a good time. So long, everybody.